It was a strange day, a foggy day, eerie day. Something's in the air, but I can't put my finger on what. Han Solo once said, I have a bad feeling about this, and today, I did too. Something is coming, and I don't think I'm prepared for what happens next. For what I'm about to tell you will change everything. Oh my God!
It is creepy, he be fucking GP. I have hit a tree out that hurt my ear now. Get out of the way, you motherfucking douchebag. The window's open, he can hear me. Whoops.
Here's Rob, recording, Rob. Tom can't say recording because it's a big word. Shut up, Rob!
That was perfect, thanks, Jerry.
Yeah, great take there. I'm sure that won't go in the video.
I'm glad I'm not paying it.
What's this about not paying?
Kane won. Money than you now. I'm winning. I worked yesterday. He didn't. Lazy fuck.
I know, and yet I still have more money than you.
No, you don't.
You just said it.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Look.
Head.
He dropped it. He fucking dropped it.
That's right, you lovely people. We are back at Nuthill car boot sale. As always, you know I'm always here. This is my favourite car boot. Again, I think personally it's one of the luckiest car boots because it's one of the biggest. You always seem to find something comic book related here, for me anyway. And this is why Sega Head comes here as well, because he can always find retro games and all sorts of stuff. We have always found some secret hidden gems here that are somewhat hard to get hold of, whether it be comic book related or even game related. We both have found decent stuff over the years of coming here. Hopefully we'll find some today.
What? Water damage. Oh, tragic. I can't take that one. Nukes.
So let's start this off strong. We're going to start off with the Batman RIP. So this was wicked. This is in such good condition. I think I paid $5 for it, but I saw this on the back and it said a must-read saga that will change the Batman and the Joker forever. So it had to be bought, it had to be done. So here we have a Ghost Rider. I have a large collection of Ghost Rider. from old to modern, so it's always nice to pick one up that I know I don't have. And these are the Thunderbolts Siege. I know I don't have these, but I have a large collection of Thunderbolt comics as well. With the new movie coming, it's always nice to pick some more up because they're just going to get more expensive. So here we have a lot of modern comics, which is always good. Again, I love reading the modern comics. It's nicer than trashing, say, a lot of the older and more fragile comics of mine. And again, all of this is mainly Civil War. And of course, I have a massive collection of Civil War. And it's nice not to have to trash that lot, just to read the story. I want to read the story. I'm interested in the story. But these are nice to have just to be able to read them all. And with the Secret Invasion TV series coming, it's nice to pick some of those up as well. So, this looks interesting. Batman Legends. So, it is a modern comic, but it has that iconic cover of when Jason Todd died. But it's actually Batman instead. So this will be quite interesting to read. I'm interested to know what's going on. So we've got a right old mix of comics here now. From Dark Horse, Top Cow, Image and a Marvel. That's right. So we've got an X-Wing Rogue Squadrons, which is a 2 of 4. Which means I need 1, 3 and 4 now. We have a Generation X, which is always nice to pick up for the collection. What is it? A Deathmate. I've never heard of Deathmate. I cannot pronounce that one. The guy looks like a bat. And Kin. I have no clues about these comics, but it'd be good to have a read of these three. Again, Generation X and X-Wing, always nice to have for a collection. So, another load of comics I ain't got a clue about. Solar, Man of Atom, and Bombast. 1 of 1. Yay! I got a collection. Oh, these two are really odd. I've never seen these. So, I can't wait to have a read of all this sort of stuff. Again, this is what happens when you buy bundle stuff. You get stuff that you haven't read before, but it could be good. So let's talk about something I do know. Let's talk about these action comics I picked up. These are from 1967. These are on Wiki Edition. The covers are still attached. The staples are still holding. They are in immaculate condition. They were bagged aboard when I got them. Over the moon. The Catwoman and the Flash, they're from the late 90s, which are always good, but they've got some stickers on the front. And I don't know how to remove them without damaging the comic. I'm a little bit scared by that. So let's talk about one of my favourites, and that is Spider-Man. That is right, I have a huge Spider-Man collection. Everyone knows this. And this is another load that can go in there. So we have some Ultimate Spider-Man. We have some Marvel Tales starring Spider-Man. We also have Amazing Spider-Man. We have Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Such a mix of comics. These are running from like the 1980s up to modern times sort of thing, sort of like 2020 sort of thing. So happy days. Love adding all these to the collection. I think I do have a couple of doubles in here, but I'm over the moon with this lot. This is brilliant, wicked. So here we have the Initiative comics. So this is a weird run of sort of through the Fantastic Four, through the New Avengers, through Captain America, and even through the New Warriors and a few others that I don't have. So this sort of ties up the loose ends of Civil War and stuff like that. There was an Initiative comic released that does tie in, finish up the whole Civil War and everything like that, and sort of ties it all in a neat bow. But these are sort of like some of the minor storylines just to sort of tie everything else up that sort of people have questions about. So now we're getting into something that I have a huge run of. I have the originals, I have the graphic novel versions of the Civil War, and I've also got like the side stories of Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, and a couple of the others. But I know some of the X Factor I don't have, the Black Panther I don't have, their epilogue to the Civil War and the Fantastic Four. I do not have that either. The Fantastic Four I believe I have, but I think these ones are actually in better condition. The Frontline collection that I got up here, what is it? I think it's missing number 4, but that shouldn't be too hard to get hold of. But this looks interesting. I want to know what this is all about, really. This looks awesome. Can't wait to read this. And then this Black Panther as well. Again, I did not know the Black Panther had its own sort of run on Civil War. I can't wait to get more of this and to find out what the hell's going on. It is wicked. So this next one's a little bit weird. House of M Civil War. So I have the House of M comic book collection, the run of 8 I believe. I have that. But this Civil War one, it just threw me sideways. I couldn't figure out what was going on. There's a Peter Parker Spider-Man there. I don't know what was in there. We've got a mix of X-Men, Eternals, The Eternals wasn't the strongest of movies, I thought, but they're still a good read. The X-Men are always a classic. And then we've got the classic Avengers. There is a run here. I believe I've got 2 and 3 of a story called Crossline, but I need to get 1 and 2. But again, lovely haul altogether. So I don't know much on this storyline. I want to read more about it, but this is a Black Widow, Fear Itself, one shot, which I love stuff when they do stuff like this. It ties everything up in a neat bow. I want to read more on the Fear Itself line. It's a bit hard for me to get hold of. I can't seem to find it anywhere. Even when I go to comic book shops, I struggle to find it. And then we have the other one. This one's slightly more bent and a bit warped, but hopefully we can fix this with a large book or something. This is the limited run of 2 of 4. So I need 1, 3 and 4. The Fear Itself, The Deep. I'm really interested to know what's going on. Again, I want to read the main storyline to understand what's going on. And then we have the Black Knight. This is always nice to pick something like this up. A Black Knight is classic. Everyone knows it, especially because now it's coming to cinemas as well. Unfortunately, it does have a bit of water damage on the back of it. It's not moulding, which is kind of nice, but it's just a bit of water damage. It's a bit upsetting, but it's got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. I will try and fix it and send it off maybe, but only time will tell on that one. That again, this Fear Itself is a bit bent, but a heavy book should get it out maybe. I don't know. Again, I may have to get this sent off to be pressed. Where only time will tell, and we'll have to wait and see. So now we're getting into the main event. These are my pick of the hunts. That's right, I've got more than one today. I have 2. And it is the Spider-Man 2099 with a lovely red reflective colour. It is a #1, people, from 1992. This is absolutely lovely. The staples are still intact. A little bit worn on the front cover and a bit on the corners, but it's so lovely. I can't even describe. I need this bagged and board as soon as possible just to keep it in such good condition. So you're probably wondering what my #2 is, and it is this Sensational Spider-Man. It is a mini comic. I don't know whether this was a promotional thing or what, but this is absolutely wicked. It's almost like a complete recap of Spider-Man's origins and everything that happened with the Clone Saga and everything like that. If you don't know what happened with the Clone Saga, Peter Parker got cloned, Spider-Man got cloned, which created the Scarlet Spider. And it has the whole story on how Peter Parker is dealing with the Scarlet Spider, Ben Reilly. As you can see, there's 2 Spider-Men there. So it's that whole saga and how it got resolved and everything like that, which is kind of a really nice just recap of everything, so you don't have to just sit there reading every comic. And that is everything we got today, guys. What a haul. We got quite a lot of comics to go through today. Going from the modern to the old stuff. Oh, the action comics, the Spider-Man comics, that little Spider-Man comic, that was wicked. You know, what is it? All the Civil War stuff. I have a huge collection of Civil War stuff. And it's just got even bigger. I need to go through all that stuff. But I think I've got some doubles now. But that Black Panther, I know I don't have that. So I'm quite chuffed about that. Oh, what a day. There's so many comics for me to go through now. So I'd like to thank Sega Heads for today, because he actually did a lot of the filming. It was his son's idea. So thank you very much, Sega Head, for filming. And remember, you guys are awesome, and I'll see you in the next one.